Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Agnes. Today I want to talk about how your family members, how your ancestors, your parents, your grandparents, your siblings are influencing your life, your destiny, your happiness, because they are. Now, first I want to say that I know that sometimes this can feel very overwhelming because we believe we came here like a bundle of joy which we were, but also we believe that we came with a clean slate, which is not true. This is not true. How do we know? Because we have a lot of inherited illnesses that we inherited through DNA. So exactly the same way that we have that, we also inherited patterns. We also inherited different traumas. That's what we call transgenerational trauma. For example, I had once a client who had a lot of phobias of darkness, phobia of going out, phobia of being alone, phobia of being closed in a space, which is claustrophobia. I don't know the name of all these phobias. And the last one was phobia of people, like especially crowds. And I noticed she was looking for ways to heal this, and she was not really able to heal until we met. And because nobody really found the reason or the source of these phobias. Now, this is very interesting. And guess where was the source? Well, it was not coming from her own experience, which you would think logically that something must have happened to her, maybe in childhood, maybe she was locked in, or I don't know, because I also had that type of an experience with a client that she by mistake or accidentally was locked in a very small dark place while they were playing with friends, and then she got this attack, and that was the trigger for later her panic attacks. But in this case, there was nothing like that. And how did I know? Well, every time that I connect to someone, I'm always connecting to higher self and ask everything. Like I do basically like a energy reading, and asking all these different layers, like where is this problem, where's the source of this problem coming from. So this is how I knew that it was not from this life experience. So of course, then the next thing is, so where can this come from? Sometimes it comes from past lives, right? So if you know anything about Dolores Cannon and Dolores Cannon's work about quantum healing hypnotherapy, you know that many people, when they went or they go to quantum healing hypnotherapies, the source of their problems come from past lives. I also see that a lot in my work, but in this case was not that. So when I realized it's not from this life, I asked, or this life experience, I like to where is this go coming from? So what, just show me. And this is how I work. Like I have this, I'm getting pictures and knowledge, and sometimes a whole movie about what's going on. So in this case was coming from the grandmother. Now, also, I see many times that the grandmother had a trauma, and then the next generation, for some reason, it's not present, right? So they skip a generation, and then it appears in the generation after. So the grandmother was in these camps, right, in Auschwitz, and she went through a lot of trauma. And all this trauma was suppressed, of course, because those times you just survived. There was no, even though she had post-traumatic stress disorder, there was no consciousness, no knowledge, no awareness about this type of problem. So she struggled all her life. But when her granddaughter was born, she inherited that pattern, that intense trauma, which is logically You can't really explain that, but it was present. And it was just when we realized that all these phobias of darkness, of crowds, of the fear of being, in a closed place, the fear of being alone, there was like, it just made so much sense when we discovered, oh well, these are all your grandmother's experience. The energy that was trapped in her body was transmitted through the DNA. It's crazy. Anyway, of course, the result was we releasing that from her. It completely healed her, and the problem was gone. Now I have a lot of experiences like that, and I see this happening over and over again. I believe that we are just at the beginning of understanding, discovering how everything is interconnected, how we cannot take separately a symptom that you have in your body and then pretend that that doesn't have to do with anything. But any symptom in your body is already related to something emotional that get stuck or blocked in your body or in any layers of your body. So it doesn't have to, it's not physical all the time, it can be energetic as well. So it's we're talking about an emotional body or mental body. So there is a video. If you just check the box down below, I have added a video where I talk about the 4 ways the universe is talking to you, and you will see that the third way that you are getting messages is the body. So when you start having symptoms in your body as a disease, it's already a message from your higher self to telling you that you have to pay attention to something. There is something that you are holding on to. That's something that you were not able to release, something that you're carrying with you, that it's not helping you to become who you truly are, to become that free and deliberate creator of your reality, because it's standing in your way and you have to address it. So go and check that video. It's really good. So what can we do, right? That's I think the last question that I want to talk about. And please, if you like this content, just subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm taking this channel finally. I committed to take it super serious and really like every 3-4 days to post a video. So you will going to have a lot of content coming up. So if you like it, please like it and subscribe. So going back to, or continuing to, so what's next? Now, if your family members in your ancestors have or they have an influence on our life and our happiness, and this is really true, like as I was saying, mine, like I really had to work hard on releasing these beliefs that related to not being wanted and abandoned, because that were influencing all my relationships, not just like love relationships, which obviously were influenced by these beliefs, but all the other relationships. So why it was like, for example, I was unable to truly connect. My emotions were very superficial. I was, let's say, 80% closed, like my heart was 80% closed, 20% was open, which was for me safe. So 20% is like, it's safe enough not to be wounded again and not to lose control, not to fall in love, which of course, if it's 20% gets in and just 20% goes out. So the 80 was my safety bubble, and my insurance, let's say. So I spent basically like more than I started to really hear this when I was 35. Like, it's not even that long time ago, because it took me a lot of time to understand this, to become aware, to discover, to find the right techniques that I can do this type of healing, and then go beyond that and start choosing relationship based on my true desires instead of the pattern that I am not loved or enough, or wanted or worthy or whatever our trauma was. So what you can do, it's absolutely possible to release this. It's absolutely possible to become aware and to choose differently, to choose based on, or to choose this, to change this pattern, to do the realignment, to do the reprogramming. And I created a step-by-step program that where basically you can go from releasing this life trauma, ancestors, anything that you have inherited, and also past lives. And then I help you to realign with your true self and start creating the magic, which is, when I say magic, I always refer to effortless and easy and fun creation, things that come to you without, even before you think about them. You don't even have to visualize anymore or do anything, because you are so aligned to your true self that things are happening for you all the time. And you are just, oh my god, how can it get better than this? Like, oh my god, this is so amazing, how can it get better than this? Now, this is how my life has become, and is the life of the light workers in the Soul Hub community, that has transformed and become this. Please go and listen to the testimonials. They were also doubting, which I believe that and I know that they were doubting. I remember talking to them before they joined, because we have done so many things and it didn't really work, that after a while you kind of lose, your hope. And I know, been there million times. And that's why I created what I have created. But you don't have to do this. You can do a lot of other things. You can do family constellations as well. And I also have done, and it's amazing. You will realize, and you become aware of the patterns that you are recreating, that it's not even yours, right? So your things that you have learned, things that you have believed, things that you were observing and you made to be yours. And life is the 1%, the reality, the truth, the who you are is that 1%. So 99 is not you. And this is the amazing part. Like, our job is to just come out from that 99, to say, okay, this is not mine, this is not mine, this is not mine, this is not mine. So just realizing it and letting it go. It's not difficult, because it's enough to be on the consciousness level to see it, to be able to say, I'm not choosing this anymore. So freedom only can come in when you become aware of that pattern that you are creating and recreating in your life. So the first level is, oh my god, like, this is what's going on, this is why I'm keep choosing these people or these partners or these situations or these experiences, this is why I'm keep reliving betrayal, I keep reliving or keep recreating abuse, or keep recreating cheating, or keep recreating rejection, or whatever, failure, right? So when you realize, you can stop it, because now you know. Now you know, oh my God, this is why I'm doing it. Now I'm choosing something else. I'm choosing this. I know I'm safe. I know that I am worthy and I don't have to prove it. And well, that's when healing happens. So you can do, for me, for example, family constellations, and find out what are these patterns and heal them so you can be free. I'm so happy that you were here. I hope this was helpful, and see you next time. Ciao.